that surfaced recently and showed him being physically close to extras who were women, and it was for a club scene. I mean, look, I haven't seen the movie. The people who've seen the movie are, film critics at film festivals. But we know that there's a club scene, and apparently, according to sources in an article, like Variety, and I'm quoting here from there, that there was an anonymous source who stated that Coppola kept leaping up to hug and kiss several women while shooting a nightclub sequence for the film, and later got on a microphone to tell everyone in the room, "Sorry if I come up to you and kiss you. Just know it's solely for my pleasure." So that's the source. And in the article, you know, Variety also published two videos taken by an unnamed cast member that appeared to show Coppola mingling on set. So, you think to yourself, "Oh my god, this isn't good. This is disappointing." And that was, the first piece of news we heard. That was from about last week. Now, new news has come to the surface. Deadline Hollywood came through with this, and again, I'm just quoting here. Uh, Reina Menz has claimed she is featured in one of the videos published by the outlet, has denied that Coppola did anything wrong on set in an Instagram story on Tuesday. "A video involving me has been released with a misleading headline," she wrote. "None of the claims about Francis Ford Coppola are true. It was an honor to work with such a legend." And also in the Variety article, someone on Coppola's team, Marilla Comitini, the film's first assistant director, described working with the director as an honor. And she says, "I watched Francis create a vibrant, professional, positive environment on set." And so, you have people defending, but there's also people in crew who took videos and they state that they were uncomfortable. And they said this to the sources, first article. So, you know, I don't know what to say other than an extra is featured saying, "Look, this is false. This wasn't the gross interaction you're making it out to be." And then there's people who were like made uncomfortable by him saying what he said on the microphone, and they're just the whole situation. There's no one is on the same page, you know. And some people online on Twitter, once again, are saying, "Hey, we're scaling it back on the immediate criticism we threw at this movie or at the director, even though he's an icon." Some people are saying, "Hey, you should apologize for doubting Francis. You were coming through with the pitchforks after the master." And I just want to say, first of all, it was from a well-attentioned place. If people were just saying "F this movie" or "F Francis Ford Coppola," it was coming from a very well-intentioned place. Secondly, we don't know the whole freaking story here, so it's very weirdly written. The latest article from Deadline Hollywood. I mean, to be completely honest, it just seems like two publications going completely at it. It seems like someone from the film wrote it, if I'm being completely honest. But at the same time, there's also someone who says, "Hey, you're speaking for me, and those aren't my words. This is actually how I feel." And that's the stuff that I care about. The people who were involved. I don't care about the publication. I just care about the people involved. What they have to say. So what do I think about it? I just think I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't have a real grip on this thing other than it's never good when you have a headline that says, you were being an old, weird guy on set. That's never good. I mean, obviously it's never good, but it's like, that's never good for the freaking film, my guy. I mean, let's say if someone was an extra or whatever and you kicked him out or you removed an actor, it's like, well, you did the good thing and we move on. If it's a director, eso no es bueno, alright? Now, am I gonna immediately put the axe on seeing Megalopolis in theaters? No. Am I gonna say I hate Coppola? I don't know, but I don't think it's a good idea to do anything like that, even if you are old or Italian. And he's really Italian, but that doesn't mean, let's be honest about the Italians, even though you guys are known for that. MP481 says, "That's Italian discrimination, buddy, okay? I did not invent Mario and Luigi. Okay, I did not invent European whites. Alright, calm down. I'm just saying what the culture is like. I mean, you guys got someone crying because they got punched in boxing, even though that's what boxing is. Just saying, not a very good look right now. All right? If any Italians are offended, come at me. But seriously, though, I'm just messing around. I love Italian cinema, but like the French are known for being perverts, you guys are known for being a little bit handsy. You don't want that stereotype. You gotta cut that out. So yeah, even if you're really freaking Italian, that doesn't matter, my guy. None of that matters. All right. But this is one person coming forward and saying I rebuke this, and I think you should pay attention to that. I also think you should pay attention to people who are saying, "Yo, this was an uncomfortable set." I mean, I don't really know what else to say other than, yeah, it seems like Variety and Deadline are both two different sources, and they're just written very weirdly. It's an odd putting together of words, and I'm inarticulate too, but I'm not being hired by Variety or Deadline Hollywood, so you guys should be better at this than me. That's all I'm gonna say. That was very weird. If you read the article, you know what I mean. We don't know Jack, man, but we should all agree, as an audience, as readers, do not kiss your extras. Whether it's an indie or a movie so expensive you have to sell wine to get it funded, you shouldn't kiss your extras on the mouth, on the cheek. I mean, look, and if you're in Europe, then yeah, that's how they greet each other. If you're not in Europe, what the F are you doing? That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. So, I think we're done with film news. Yeah. And thank you for listening to Film News. I know it was a long one. Impersonation to plug Scout Tafoya's 3-night honor zombie film screening event. July 31st, so it's already happened. 4 nights, August 2nd, which is tomorrow, and Epigenesis, August 1st, which is today. And I've actually already seen Epigenesis. And like I said, I got the private link, and I loved it. Great, great indie. I mean, really, you can make a movie with your friends, folks. I mean, you just watch movies about the makings of movies. Watch Sammy Fableman and the Fablemans. You get inspired. You just watch any movie where anyone's making a movie with their little video camera. You should get inspired. I mean, that's how I feel. And I watched that recently, and I was like, yeah, I'm inspired. From Scout Tafoya, good guy, and he did answer my questions. I asked him about John Ford. I annoyed him about it over DMs. So shout out to anyone who answers my questions about anything. Now, I was gonna do my John Wayne impersonation and plug that, but my John Wayne impersonation is not very good. It's no Bob Dylan and it's no Woody Allen. I mean, it's weird because I'm not Jewish, but I can do a pretty decent Woody Allen and a pretty decent Bob Dylan. Cannot do a John Wayne. Cannot do a Kevin Costner. Well, Kevin Costner's not easy, Jesus. Although I recently saw Patty Harrison from I Think You Should Leave. She did a very good Annette Bening. I was like, holy crap. I wish I could do Annette Bening. Man, that would be cool. But, yeah, I'm just not really good at the impersonations. But we move on. And I'll tell you who is good at impersonating John Wayne. It's Michael Caine. Not my cocaine, Michael Caine. He's actually been popping up a lot on Twitter recently. I don't know if you're on Twitter, but Michael Caine's Twitter account freaking rocks, dude. I mean, my God, this guy just posts photos of him and hanging out with his boys. You're so jealous. He's like, dude, I hanged out with Roger Moore. I hanged out with Sammy Davis Jr. This guy was so cool, man. I mean, he's still alive, Michael Caine. But I was just figured before we actually move on. This is Michael Caine's John Wayne impersonation.
You find a lot of people who actually are interested in being able to act like you, but then there are a lot of people who actually want to try to speak like you. It seems like your voice and your accent is something that's imitated a lot.
Yeah, you don't understand it. In England and America, everybody impersonates me. And I have this voice which to me sounds like everybody else. I think I sound like everybody else in England, But there's something about my voice and everybody impersonates me. I just saw a movie with two men going on a boat. It's called The Trip. They're going on a boat up the Thames. And their entire conversation is trying to outdo each other with impersonations of me.